Archer. Archer.
Buongiorno amici, ciao tutti, sono BC, and welcome back to my world. How's everybody doing? I hope you've been well, I hope you're doing good, I hope you're doing great in fact, and I hope thus far your week and your weekend has been enjoyable and profitable and everything it needed to be to accomplish your personal goals and whatever it is in life that you're after. So yeah. I'm out here at the golf course and country club, and I just want to do a little bit of work. Some time ago, I talked about getting this area ready and make it a world download so that y'all could go ahead and enjoy it and play golf on your own. And I still want to do that. And there's just a couple more things that I want to finish up. So obviously one thing that is not going to be complete by the time I turn it over is the inside. And I'll probably just leave it, I'm going to leave it open like this. What I'll probably do is once I create a world save that I'll put up for download, I'll probably block the entrance ways with bedrock. So I guess you really don't go in the doors. But, it's not going to stop you from, breaking the wall and going inside. So, do whatever you want. But either way, and I haven't forgot about the inside of this place, but oh my gosh, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty massive, and somewhat intimidating. Just the sheer size and thought of the project at hand, with the inside of this place. Let's go back here. I just thought of something. Somebody we haven't said hi to in a long time. Let's see. Hey, he's here. What's up, Burt? Burt, wait. There we go. Burt. How you doing, buddy? Good, good. Uh-huh. What else? Anything else going on? Oh, yeah. Not many customers? Okay. Well, hopefully once we do the world download, you'll have lots of people coming to play. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Sweet. And if you don't know, if you don't recall, this is our golf cart area. See, cart. Each guy is numbered, and Burt's our cart meister, I guess you could say. So yeah, but yeah, everything about this golf course is pretty squared away. And there's one thing that I wanted to finish that I never got around to doing. And also, so this won't be finished out here. Eventually, this is going to be a nice kind of restaurant-y, pavilion-y area. So that people can kind of watch people come into the ninth hole, and most nice country clubs you go to, their restaurant and outdoor seating area overlooks the ninth green, so they can see golfers finishing, and it gives them a place where they can just kind of finish off their round and come right in for something to drink or something to eat. But the thing I wanted to do was this area right here, and I've already taken the liberty of kind of smoothing it out a bit. But right here, we're going to put a small driving range. So we've got our practice putt area over there, and over here we're going to put a small driving range kind of in the middle of the course, and that's typical as well. So, and we'll fence it off and everything like that. So yeah, got my bed here. I've already pre-positioned some supplies, and I've got most of it in my inventory already. But let me show you what's going on out here. So from right here, which will be the main approach area, we're going to have holes set up in different places, and each one of these logs is already a measured out area. So this log here is going to be, I believe this one's 20 meters. So at 20 meters, we'll have a little target. And let's see, I don't want to overdo it, but yeah, that's fine, right? It's fine. Alright, so this one here is 25 meters, so it's just a little further out. So we'll put the 25 meters like this. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of putting the target on the ground, and to act as if I guess like a green. And then we'll come back, and what we'll do is we'll make different colored flags. And back on the tee box area, those different color flags, there will be an answer key. So this one here is 40, yeah, 40. over here, this should be 35. And like so. And the last one that we're going to put way back in this little nook over here is 50 meters. Man, I'm getting some lag. Can you hear it? Well, you know, it is, for me here, I'm actually, for once, I don't have a Saturday that's totally consumed with a bunch of stuff going on. So I think everybody in the house right now is probably vegging out, using the internet. I'm sure there's somebody playing CSGO, and I'm sure there's somebody playing, what does he play? Anonymous has been playing a game called Planet Side 2, I think it is. And he's been really enjoying that. But oh my gosh, you can really tell when he's playing that game because it is a lag producer. It literally eats up all the internet in the house. I don't know what it is about that game, but holy cow. But it's all good. I mean, everybody's entitled to do whatever they want as long as they're not doing anything inappropriate. And let me tell you what, my kids are very, very good about that. So I cannot be any happier than I already am. So here's our flag posts. And I don't have the different color wool on me right now to make our greens. So yeah. But we'll get to that eventually. So yeah, there's our different targets out there. And then up front here, I want to go ahead and lay out our tee box. Oh wait, you know what? That is not consistent. Whoa. Not consistent with what we've been doing before. In the past, it's been dark green stained clay for our tee box areas. So hey, I hope you enjoyed the last episode that we did, or that, you know, put out, talking about trip to Marrakesh. You know, I go back and I listen to some of that stories, and oh my gosh, it's so funny. There are so many things I could tell you, and so I've been trying to think of something else. So, all right, so we get to this is, let's see, let's make this a little curvy in. So when we first arrived to Marrakesh, you know, unfortunately, when you're traveling internationally, you know, although you may have a cell phone with you, there's, you know, it's not necessarily going to work unless you have some sort of you know, awesome international plan or something of that nature. More often than not, you get to a new country, you're not going to have any kind of mobile coverage. So, you know, we were definitely in the same kind of boat. So, so we get to Marrakesh, and we sorry, Creeper Hugger just came in here, like, making a whole bunch of noise and throwing stuff around the place. So we get to Marrakesh, and I don't remember how, but somehow my email updated, and I don't think it did it through mobile data. Maybe I found a hotspot or something like that. I don't totally recall. But my email updated, and I had an email from Christoph, from the hotel proprietor. Well, before this point, of course, I didn't know who this guy was. I just had an email from some weird name who I didn't recognize. Let's sleep. An email from a weird name that I didn't recognize, who somehow knows my name, and he, you know, he's saying, hey, you know, I could pick you up from the airport, blah blah blah. You know, we can offer services, etc., etc. So, needless to say, I was a little apprehensive. But I was like, okay, this guy is offering a deal. He wants, you know, he's saying 20 euros from the airport to the hotel for a taxi cab, and then someone will meet us at the taxi cab to take us to the hotel. Because, and already having talked to a friend of mine from local who has been to Marrakesh recently with his wife, you know, he said, yeah, Marrakesh is pretty crazy, and you really do want to kind of have a guide to get you around, because it can be very confusing. Now, if you're looking at a map of Marrakesh, there's really nothing that looks too overly confusing. Everything just looks like, a network of roads, and everything's fine and dandy. But, as I told you before, once we got there, we realized, holy cow, okay, these are not actual roads. These are alleyways tightly knit in between, these buildings downtown. And, it's not easy to navigate. So, yeah, I mean, there's no street signs, more or less, is what I'm trying to say. You either know where you're going or you don't know where you're going. So, anywho, I went ahead and replied to him when I had the chance and said, "Oh, I remember where." Okay, we got the email while we're still in Milano, in Italia. So, so I replied to the guy and say, "Yeah, we'll be there in about 3 hours, and we need a cab, etc., etc." And supposedly he'd have somebody with a sign, waiting to pick us up. So we finally get to Marrakesh, we get through customs, we do some money exchange, and after all that's said and done, we're about an hour later than, when we told them we estimated on being there. And there's nobody waiting out in the airport with a sign for our name. So we're like, okay, great. Do we wait here? And so we looked all around, and we didn't see anybody. So he told me, he said, "Hey, just, in the directions," he said, "look, just tell the guy who drives you, or the guy who picks you up, or no, I'm sorry." He said, "If you don't want to take my ride, just take a cab from the airport and tell him to take you to such and such mosque." So I was like, okay, well, let's just do that. So myself and Thurby, we decided to just jump in a cab. Now, right there at the airport, there is a sign that very blatantly, very obviously, says that a cab costs €7, or 70 Sifa, or Sifa. Gosh, what is Sifa? What was it? Denarios? Anyway, it's not D. Anyway, I can't remember. So we decided to take this cab. We get in the cab, and the guy's like, "Oh yeah, that's gonna be €20. It's 10 for each of you." And we're kind of like, okay, well, that's not what the freaking sign says, but I mean, that's what the guy was going to charge us anyway, so we'll just kind of go with that. So we go ahead and jump in the cab, and he's driving us around, and it was nice. It was very pretty. And I had pretty much studied the map, pretty well before we had even arrived to Marrakesh. And I'm not going to lie, I honestly thought the drive was taking a little longer than I thought it should based on my knowledge of studying a map of the area. So long story short, we start driving into like downtown, like crowded area and people walking, and I'm like, where is this guy going? Because it seemed kind of ridiculous where we were going. And he ended up, pulling up to this mosque, and he's like, "Okay, here you go, you're done. This is where we're at." And so I was like, "Okay, great." So we jump out of the car, and of course, we've just made it, to this mosque. But from there, honestly, we really have no freaking clue where we're supposed to go from there. So, and I don't have. Do I have bone meal? Got some. So as soon as we're getting out of the cab, of course, here comes like a local boy. He was probably, I don't know, probably a teenager. And do I have yeah. So this teenage boy comes walking up, probably a younger teenager, and obviously he can tell we're tourists and whatnot, and he asks the cab driver, "Hey, where are they going?" I guess, and he tells him I show him the name of the hotel, and the boy's like, "Okay," and he just starts walking, and I'm like, guess we follow the boy and just see what happens. Who really knows where this kid's leading us? But let's just go with it. So we're just following this boy, and he's not really waiting for us, and he's not really talking to us. He's just walking, and he's walking fast, and we're walking somewhat quickly behind him, but we're definitely not keeping pace with him, and he's just getting further and further away, just walking further and further away, and he just keeps looking back every now and again, but he never really motions that we're supposed to keep following him. So I'm actually, I kid you not, I'm starting to wonder, like, are we actually supposed to follow this guy? Or did he just kind of start walking off, and now we're like basically stalking him? But he just keeps walking, and eventually he turns this corner, and we start going down this like alleyway that's, you could stretch your arms out and touch both buildings. And we come to this just random door in the middle of the hallway, alleyway, and he's like, okay. And look, and sure enough, there's a plaque on the door with the name of the hotel. And I was like, oh, great, this actually worked out. We just kind of trusted in this absolute total stranger, and here we made it to where we needed to go. So, praise the Lord for that. So anyway, that's when Christoph pops his head out, and of course he's like 1,000,000,001 apologies for not picking us up at the airport, and what have you, and talking about his English not being good, and this, that, and the other thing. And the kid's just standing there, and I'm like, okay, let me give the kid a little tip, because he got us here, and that was awesome. So I'm reaching my pocket, and I give the kid like €2, and he just goes like that, and I'm like, okay. So I put another euro on his hand, and he looks at it, and he like flips it around in his hand, and he's like, this is not enough. And I'm like, what do you want from me? So I ended up giving him like another euro, and he's like, oh, and just kind of stomped away. But I was like, come on, guy. I mean, and again, it's all about comparison. I talked about comparison before, but that €4, that's like 1/10 of what we paid for our hotel. So I'm sure that kid, had made out. It was quite a lot of money. So I think over there, €4 bought, €6 bought both of us a cheeseburger lunch with fries and a drink. So that kid made out. But anyway, it's so crazy the things you're going to do in like an area. Just the trust you put in people, because you kind of need things to move forward for you. And not that we were desperate, but it was definitely all part of the awesome adventure. So look, I'm all out of wool. I didn't have enough wool, and so I need to grab some more green wool and green clay, and I'm going to finish laying out this grass, and then we'll be back when we're going to start working out the flags. So ciao, ciao for now. All right, amici, I am back. And we are, I've got everything finished here. I actually put all the lights in too, and I worked a little bit on the tee box area as well, as you can see. I'm actually joined on the server right now by Anonymous. He's out at his base out in the frozen wasteland, taiga, tundra, whatchamahoosit. So he's out there working and doing his thing. So I got some different flag colors here. We're going to use, let's see. Yeah, red, blue, let's go ahead with magenta, let's do lime green, and we'll do orange. So, let's see, we'll put the orange here. So yeah, we're talking about, just kind of being adventurous. I'm a very, naturally, I'm a very, very trusting person. I basically trust everybody until they give me reason not to, but in the same token, I'm not like some gullible weirdo who just kind of, because the targets are red, let's make this yellow. So yeah, it's not like I'm naturally distrusting, I don't want to naturally distrust anybody. But again, I'm also not gullible. So, and then, let's see, there were a couple times where, There were a couple times where we were in situations where people were trying to like lead us off in different directions. Apparently, the same time we were there, there was some sort of big market going on, the Berber market. And the Berber market, I guess, is a market of the Berber people who live in the mountains just outside of Morocco. And apparently, they only come to town like every once in a very great while to sell their wares. And so everybody was, really dead set on telling us, hey, you've got to go to the Berber market, and it's this way, and you got to go this way, da 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 da, and keep moving on to get to the Berber market. And it was funny because it was like it was right when we were getting to points where like there were no more stores, there was really nobody kind of hanging around selling anything, and just in general, let's see, what was it, 20, 25, 30, 40, okay, no, 30, 40, gosh darn it, what are we at, 40, 10, 20, okay, 20, 25, but yeah, so like we're getting to the places where in the markets and what have you, there's really nobody else around, and so they're like, oh yeah, just keep going on this way, and is it just meters, right? 20 meters. Just keep heading down this alley, and da 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 da, and you'll get to where you need to go. And I'm thinking, dude, you're telling me to kind of go off to nowhere, and who knows what's like down this alleyway, and instantly like, oh, where are you from, and this, that, and this. And I didn't tell, I just tell people, hey, I've, sono da te, I'm from Italy, and they're like, oh, you speak English really well, and I'm like, well, because I study, and I speak Italian really well too. I mean, those are my languages, so what about it? But it seemed, at least to me, almost like the better you could speak English, the more people thought that you had money. And I'm not saying these guys were, all trying to lead us into some, trap or something. But I will tell you that there was one individual, and he kept telling me, oh, you go this way, go this way, go this way. And he basically was spinning me around. And the whole time he's spinning me around, it is so obvious what he's doing. He is looking in all of my pockets and around my body for openings and or things he could snatch. It was so obvious. And I kept trying to like push his, brush his hands off of me and kind of put him to the side. And this guy was, he was like the most obvious that he was trying to pickpocket. It was so hilarious. I couldn't shake this guy off. It was ridiculous. So, okay, so I was going to use these flower pots, kind of like we designate tea boxes out there. And maybe I put it like here and there, and then what I wanted to do too is normally there's a separation, like, I wonder if I should lose this one here. Yeah, that looks good. So this guy's spinning me around, and it's so obvious he's trying to rob me, and I just kept brushing his hands away, and my wife kept kind of putting her hand in between like where he was and where he was trying to get to. And it was really, it was funny. It was just funny how hard this guy was trying to get into my goods. So should I? Oh, what? That's weird. So the gate's lower when attached here, but normally it sits higher. Huh. But if I put it here, that's something to remember for, like, design. The gates are lower attached to the wooden or the stone fence. So Anonymous hates the nighttime, And I know he's going to ask me any moment to sleep. So let me go ahead and jump into bed and just tell him, because he's never really been a fan of UHC mode. So, whenever it's night, he definitely likes to sleep. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. No, I do it for you, man. Not for me. But yeah, he's never really been a fan, even though I've given him like tons of potions and all kinds of good stuff to help take care of him. He just I guess sometimes he just gets caught a little underprepared. So I think what we're gonna do, we'll end up putting a bush there and a bush here. So, okay, so we got our shot gates. Oh, anyway, so yeah, this guy's obviously trying to rob me, and it was hilarious. And I just kept brushing him off. But it's like it just got old because it was really kind of frequent that people kept trying to lead us down these like dark alleys and what have you. So, again, I guess you just got to kind of choose your battles. You got to kind of feel out the situation and know what's right and what's not when you're in a situation. So I don't want this driving range to be out of bounds for the normal golf course. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up something like this. Just like that, to kind of show that, yeah, it's something different, it's something separate. And that if you're playing golf, you really shouldn't be in this area here. And I'm out. Yeah, that'll work. Maybe I make the very last one just one peg. That might be cool. That way it's something a little different. So let's make this one over here just one peg. Yeah, that works. That's cool. And I don't think we need to do the same there, and not over here either. So, yeah. So here's our little driving range. I like it. I like the way it's. It's set up here, and maybe back here we do a. You know what? Typically, there's a place where you can kind of lean your bag. I wonder if I could. Let's see. Let's take. Okay, we still got more spruce fence. So typically behind you, there's going to be a place where you could put your bag. If we do a stick like this, fence, and then open the fence up. Yeah, I'll buy that. Do I have any carpet? Anything I can make carpet? White carpet won't work. Black. No. Oh, hey. Got some leaves. Nice. So we can just do that. That. Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, I like that. So right behind. Okay, let's get this guy here. So we did it kind of off behind this one, but we did it in the grass. So, but this guy's got a little bit of extra room. No. Oh. Okay, yeah. These could be like the little bag holders for the golfers to put their clubs in. Like that. Yeah. It's almost a little too cluttery, but I think it's going to be fine. Maybe I come back and I do it in a different color. Maybe I do that. And then I think, Amici, also before I go ahead and turn this over to you, I think I'm going to put like a little tiny putting green right in this area here. And then I think it's going to be set. But yeah. So now we can come here. We know our targets, how far away they are. Let's see if we can hit that 50-meter target. Oh, man, that's a rough shot. Oh! Am I in the fence post? Am I in the fence post? In the lower piece, like a baller. Oh, snap. Hole in one. And that is where I'm going to leave you. I should have left it in there. Oh, that's awesome. That's totally awesome. All right, amici. So, yeah, world download on the golf course coming very, very soon. Also, like I said in the last video, I definitely plan on I definitely plan on putting out my new series. I want to play the Captain Minecraft, and I'm going to be getting on it soon. In fact, probably right after this, I do have to run Anonymous and Creepahugga to a little event and take care of some errands, and I'll be back. But shortly thereafter, I'll probably be getting behind the camera and filming my first episode of Captain Minecraft. So stay tuned for that. Likely, I will not publish this video until that one's been done. So, link in the video description. Take a look at it. Join me on that journey as well. It's going to be a little something extra. I'm going to try and do at least once a week, and I'm going to offset it on the days so it won't come out on the same day as my normal weekly episode. But as always, thanks for joining me, amici. Ciao. I hope you have a great day. Buona giornata. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.